Overnight, the Queen left Scotland for the final time, farewelled by a moving military ceremony, and returned to Buckingham Palace behind me. Her body was transported on a Royal Air Force C-17 with the Queen's aircraft call sign, Kitty Hawk, sadly used for the last time. Alongside her coffin sat her daughter Anne, the Princess of Wales, who released a statement that read in part, "I was fortunate to share the last 24 hours of my dearest mother's life. It's been an honour and a privilege to accompany her on her final journeys. I'm also grateful for the support and understanding offered to my dear brother Charles as he accepts the added responsibilities of monarch. To my mother, the Queen, thank you." Interest in the flight from Edinburgh to London meant that a flight tracking website crashed as 6 million people tried to follow the journey online. Truly remarkable scenes here on a wet and pretty miserable London evening as a state hearse, designed in consultation with the Queen herself, was lit from within, allowing anyone who saw it to catch a glimpse of the Queen's last great journey. There were muted cheers and muted applause, and of course the glow of countless camera phones as she made her slow journey through the streets of London and home. Despite the pouring rain, they lined the streets all along the route in a show of respect and emotion. Motorists came to a halt. This is interesting, stepping outside their cars to stand as the hearse went past. As the cortege reached the palace outriders bowed their heads, and I lost count of the number of people in the crowds who stood with tears streaming down their face as they watched her coffin drive slowly by. The mood in London has turned from sorrow and disbelief that the time had come so quickly as it did to now one of quiet solemnity. Overnight and into the morning, as at Balmoral and a residence in Edinburgh, this is a chance for those who worked with her for so long to say their private farewells, where her coffin rests at Buckingham Palace before it will move at 2:22 p.m. precisely today to lie in state at Westminster Hall. The government's warned people to be prepared for long queues, perhaps 30 hours or more, and told parents to think twice before bringing along children. Stewards have been told to look out for vulnerable and elderly people who might be struggling and who can be pulled out from the queue, perhaps given a cup of tea and, if possible, reinserted closer to the front. The queue will be cut off early at the point at which authorities believe new joiners won't be able to be in line to see the late Queen's coffin. Behind me today, we'll witness a military procession like no other we've seen in our lifetimes. Most days this week, in the middle of the night, they've been practising to ensure everything is done with the precision that is the hallmark of ceremonial events in this country. Tonight we'll speak with military experts to understand exactly what will unfold today and the history behind what we'll see. And we'll speak with India Hicks, the granddaughter of Lord Mountbatten, and whose mother, Lady Pamela Hicks, was with the Queen as her lady-in-waiting in Kenya when the news came on that day that her father, the King, had died. For her personal reflections of both the late Queen and, of course, the new King, King Charles.